Hey y'all, guess what time it is? It's the Grolic Saves the World time.
All right, the Grolic saves the world.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world. We're getting fixed, our worries are nixed. Let's have some cake. While the Grolic saves the world.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Grolic Saves the World. Andrew, how about a little kickoff music right now? Yeah!
Like that?
Perfect. I'm
Why
Adam
is it
Caton
always
Holland.
corn? Yeah, I don't know.
It's because that's
just
one
how-
of those things.
It's just how lazy my brain is. It's like,
Anyway, I'm Adam Caton Holland,
My name is Ben Roy.
and I'm Andrew Orvedal.
and you're listening to the Grolic Saves the World, a podcast where we try to better the world around us by bettering ourselves. Listen, point of today's podcast, and this is my favorite type of challenge, when I do something good already and I want you guys to do it. So I don't really
I've
have to
noticed
change
this
anything,
pattern.
but I can just improve the two of you, or one of you, but preferably two, is I think that correspondence is a lost art.
I can honestly say I don't believe in my entire life that I have ever sent anyone a postcard.
Yeah, I can't
Really?
see you as a postcard guy.
I have started to when I go on the road back when comedy existed. I send Malcolm postcards everywhere I go. I write a
You do?
postcard to
That's
Malcolm and I
adorable.
send
Yeah,
him
I
a
send
postcard.
Amelia postcards, and Amelia loves to send people postcards. So since Amelia came around, yeah, I do send some postcards.
Ben, I'm shocked. You're a sentimental dude. Like I figure you would have sent a old girlfriend a postcard, a Crystal postcard on the road. I'm missing you. Like,
You think I would have sent an old girlfriend a postcard?
Is that the you up of the 1800s? Dearest Clarice, I
Are
hope
you-
this missive finds you well. I'll be in the lower Frankfurt area.
doth thou still perchance have thine ankle-length swimsuit?
Hello there, lovely. Will
I
thou
meant when-
be
Imagine
in
sending
the
an old
Harris-
girlfriend a postcard.
I meant
fucking
before he was married, when he was an emo teen.
Hey, Terry. I'm in Harrisburg, PA, with my wife, and I just thought of you. No, I've never sent.
You've never sent
I know you
11
said
ex-girlfriends
never talk to me
postcards.
again, but writing a postcard doesn't count, right? I don't think this violates any protective order.
So for this challenge, we write a postcard terrifying an ex-girlfriend from at least 20 years in the past.
Oh, okay. So we can't talk to anybody prior to 20 years.
No, it's got to be 20 years ago. Hey, just thinking of you, girl
And I
from
think the entire
19
Chilling. That would
and
be
the entire
terrifying.
body of the message can only be about how much better we are at fucking now
on a postcard.
on a postcard. Just want you to know I've nailed that rhythm I had a problem with back then.
Oh, you were math rocking it back then? You were a little Dillinger escape planning it?
Hey, you're a turd. Anyway. Oh God.
Just want you to know it takes me longer to girt now. Anyway,
Yep, I called it the Dillinger intake plan, if you know what I'm
oh, mamacita. So
no,
what-
I don't believe, seriously, I would be, and I'm just speculating, I would be hard pressed to ever remember a time I've ever mailed anybody a letter.
Wow.
I mean, I've written all my life, but I don't believe that I've ever actually corresponded with somebody via letter.
Not even when I was a kid?
No. I mean,
I totally did. I used to write letters all the time before email, and I would have correspondences with people. My cousin,
editor of the Rocky Mountain News.
just a fucking
Little
tiny,
enraged 12-year-old.
tiny little
The old
libertarian
spaghetti
Adam.
factory has fallen off markedly, as I'm sure you've noticed.
The dessert portions are clearly being skimped on.
Yep.
So, Andrew, did you write letters?
I've written letters as a kid. I remember writing letters to like relatives, and then at like various points in my life, I've written letters. But yeah, it's been a very long time since I've written a letter.
I think it's a good move to send postcards, especially to your lady, Ben. And so for future reference, I think it's
Now,
a nice
my
move.
current
I think you should
lady
do
or
it.
my past lady?
Ladies. Anybody.
All right, if I send postcards to all my ex-girlfriends, okay.
See,
Gotta
how
get
hard was
their
that?
Address from the court system.
Boy, talk about the start of your like midlife crisis indie film. Just like Bob the dentist sends that out.
So what
I
was your idea?
reached out to our dear friend, world famous comedian Rory Scovel.
Oh, boy.
What's
And
that
I
son of
proposed a
bitch
challenge.
doing, huh?
The challenge I propose is that us three Grolix boys need to improve our correspondence skills. So we are going to each send Rory a postcard of anything we want. Can say anything, can be anything. We're sending it
Can
to
it be a
Rory's
letter?
house.
I'm not going to go out to the store to buy a postcard.
You know what? I have not put any restrictions on it.
So we could make him a
correspondence-
card.
You could send him a package. You could buy him something. Some sort of correspondence to Rory, and then he is going to judge who did the best job of delighting the delight that is Rory Scovel.
All right. So that's the challenge.
Send something to Rory, and we're going to let Rory judge who's the best corresponder out of the Grolix Saves
So
the
he's
World.
going to join us on.
He's going to be on the show.
He's going to come back in
the
the second half, and he's going to let us know what he thought.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead, take a break, listen to some comedy, and I've got a suggestion. Why don't we listen to some comedy from Rory Scovel? That would be fun.
That is
No,
such
thanks.
a good suggestion. Andrew, stay out of it. Rory
Outvoted.
just started a YouTube channel, and he's uploading all these clips, like one a week, and they're hilarious. If you don't know Rory's stand-up, you should really get on board. It's so funny. It's official Rory Scovel on YouTube, and this is a clip from the Wolf Street Playhouse in Charleston. Give it a listen. Get to know Rory Scovel if you don't already, and we'll be right back with the man himself.
I don't even like saying that it's cold when I think that it's cold out, because there's always some asshole around you. You know what I'm talking about. There's someone in this room. If I'm like, oh, it's really cold outside, someone's initial instinct when I say that, they so badly, I'm like, fucking think this is cold? Yeah, I do, because it is. I don't know what happened in high school, but let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. It's cold. I'm not saying this is the coldest I've ever been. I'm not like, oh my God! When do we eat each other? What is it, 58? Ah! I'm just saying it's cold. Guys, shit ain't cold. Put a jacket on, short sleeves. I go short sleeves in this kind of temperature. How else can I non-verbally tell people that I'm fearless? Fucking cold and you know it's cold. This isn't cold. This ain't cold, dude. Should have been here 3 years ago. They always reference another time. You should have been here 3 years ago. That's when it was cold. This? I fuck on my porch in this. Okay? I porch fuck in this. I can't come unless I'm naked on my porch, having sex in these Hawaii-esque temperatures. Think this is cold? Yeah, it is. It is cold. And I bet that day 3 years ago, I bet it was cold. I bet, should have been here 3 years ago. I bet that day was cold. But you know what? On that day, somebody was like, oh, it's really cold out. And someone was like, oh, you think this is cold? Should have been here in 1982. I don't know why this is the accent, but it should have been here in 1982. That was fucking cold. Blizzard, August. Very rare month for it. We didn't know what to do. We got Dairy Queened. We got Dairy Queened that year. That's what we call it. Birds were frozen in mid-flight. Had to jump up and grab them like a Mario. Pull them out of the sky. That was the year we ate those birds.
Get out of the trenches of tedious tasks like managing order fulfillment and start growing your business with ShipStation. They'll help increase profitability by automating your workflow with their simple, easy-to-use dashboard. With it, you can pretty much do everything you need to quickly and easily. Update order information, print labels, compare rates, optimize shipments, and even set up automatic delivery notifications. And it doesn't matter where you sell. Amazon, Etsy, eBay, Shopify, ShipStation can integrate pretty much anywhere online. Another great thing about ShipStation? They can help reduce costs with industry-leading discounted rates from some of the biggest mail carriers. You might even be able to get up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So, make this year your most profitable one yet. Sign up for your free 30-day trial at ShipStation.com and use the code Spotify. That's ShipStation.com with the code Spotify.
And we're back through the magic of podcasting. It's 1 week-ish later. We've all sent our correspondences off, and we're joined for the second half
Did we all do it
by,
on time? Did we all do it?
Kind of a funny story about that
No.
one.
I did it on time. FedEx dropped the ball.
And I think
That's what people say about FedEx. They're ball droppers, not Ben.
That's what I'm saying. I sent it out.
I think it is important during the corona outbreak to kind of punch down on FedEx guys a little bit for not getting the things we need.
Not delivering our trivial bullshit.
And I'm glad Ben did that. It's an important part of this to bring up.
Well, listen, you guys are getting paid. You're getting to go out. You're getting to see your
Okay.
friends and
All
drive
right.
the trucks.
All right, here we go.
around.
Here's
All
this
right.
indefensible stance.
Let's mute
that
him
FedEx
for-
drivers
You're
have
telling
had
me
it
I'm
too
in my
easy
goddamn house.
for too long.
We're gonna mute. We're gonna
Okay.
mute Ben.
We have I'm so excited that we have a special guest. This is great.
Yeah, we got a very special guest. It's the man that we sent all of our correspondences to. You may remember him from those who can. He was beloved Principal Quinn. He's the new star of the TV show Robbie, Rory Scovel.
And importantly, he has his own podcast called Pen Pals. So he's the perfect special guest for this.
Exactly. And I love the jealousy of FedEx truck drivers. They're getting to go out into the world and see people.
Well, listen, this is what I'm saying. You know, they get out, they get to see their friends at the distro plant. Then they get out on these trucks and they're driving around.
You're just jealous of their calves. You take
no-
one look at those calves, you're like, I'll never have calves.
They
like
are
that.
good calves.
I'll never have lower legs.
What is
that
good- what-
statuesque?
Why is it so statuesque? What are we not doing? We are also walking
We're
around
not
doing
delivering boxes all day.
Well,
I think
Get that
I think we
shot
should
to the knees.
explain to our listeners that this podcast today, this moment, all of us being here together, almost didn't happen. In a very classic. Ben, why don't you tell what happened? We set a deadline.
really nothing to say.
you know what?
I could tell this story. Being
But all you're gonna do is you're gonna inject it with your bias because you're biased towards FedEx.
I
And that's the thing.
received a postcard from Adam. I
Sure.
did not understand at all what it was outside the fact that he said the guys are going to send you some stuff. Then I got a letter from Andrew that my wife read, and she was like, what is this? What is going on? And I was like, I don't know. I guess I kind of forgot that Adam had said the guys are going to send you stuff. And then nothing. And then I was like, oh, everybody's doing this. I mean, I imagine everybody... we when we get our mail, we're just like putting it in the garage and then sorting out what's junk and what we're keeping. And then when Ben was like, did my package come? I was like, oh God, did I like discard? Was it not labeled? And so I went out to the garage and I was looking through stuff. I was like, I don't think anything's here. And then, I guess like an hour ago, something like that. I don't know when I texted you guys, hour and a half ago, something like that. My wife, Jordan, she just goes, there's a package on the porch. This isn't her voice, but this is, I think, who she was trying to become. Yeah. There's a package on the porch. It's from Ben. And I went out there.
Spot on. So
Jordan,
none of us know what
wait.
the other one sent. So Rory, if you could do us a favor and just describe what you received from each of us, because we don't know what the other two guys sent.
You know what? I'm sorry. I have to applaud your diligence. For the first 3 weeks of this, I was gloves mail, wiping it down, like handling it with tongs, and now I just go out there and I kiss the mailman on the mouth.
I know.
And
Yeah.
I love
open the
freedom.
mail
I take
right
my
open.
mail out of the box with my teeth.
It starts
Fuck
to.
you.
Well, that's how you've always done it. I know. There's sometimes you just forget, or there's times you're just tired of it, and you're like, Are we being lied to? What is going on? What is happening
refinance
beyond
or
these
not?
walls?
I'd rather die than microwave this mail.
I said that to my wife. I was just like, are we morons and there is nothing happening outside of this? Is this one big social experiment to see who gets their news from where and what does it make them do?
My favorite part was when you texted me, Rory, and you said, "What is it?" And I said, "It's a package." And you go, "What's in it?" Like there was some concern.
Well, here-
Do I want to bring? I knew.
I
that,
asked-
like,
You're
should I bring
You're
this
a
into the house?
reptile guy. Yeah. You just
I
want that
asked,
lizard getting out in the house.
Well, this will be a good transition into kind of what it is. I asked because Orpidol's Andrews was so bizarre, like it felt sort of serial killer-ish that I was like, that my brain was like, all right, what the fuck did Ben send me?
Well, okay. Well, let's start with Andrew since you already teased it. What was it?
So Andrew, it starts off. It doesn't necessarily start off with this, but there's no way I don't lead with this. So this is you can see the grease. Can you see the grease coming through? It says, truly the most insane way to mail crackers. And you can see the grease is starting to affect the cardboard packaging. This is why you wear gloves.
You didn't open it yet? You didn't open it and eat
I
it?
wish this opened up, and honestly, the mailman would have saw this, and he was like, "I've called the cops. I've called the cops
I'll tell you this.
because of this."
When I was mailing that, the grumpiest lady at the post office, she's always grumpy. She's like permanently frowny faced, and I put that and I gave that letter to her to mail, and she patted it, and she goes, "What's in this?" And I go, "Crackers," and she like her whole face, it just like she just smiled and sort of laughed to herself like, what an insane dipshit, and like put it
Jokes on that mail lady. Crackers was your gerbil.
Yeah. These are the bones. These are the crinkly bones you hear.
For people who are wondering what this looks like, who aren't seeing this, if I could mail out coronavirus as a package, this is what it would look like.
It's about the size of a cell phone.
It's just
you can
some
see it's
butcher.
just-
I made an envelope out of butcher paper.
That's the perfect way to hold it. Open it right.
It is made out of paper. I love that the lady at the post office, as soon as what's in it? And you were like, crackers. She just smiled because she's like, finally, someone whose life is way worse than mine.
All right.
Here we go. You
right.
stupid little. I mean, they're shattered. They are shattered. Try to right now in your mind picture how crumbled these crackers are, and when I show you, I want you to tell me how close your guess was in your mind.
Okay. All right. Go. I'm thinking of it.
Got
Go
it.
ahead and show
Got
it.
it.
I've got it.
It looks like fucking Parmesan cheese.
It's
It
just
looks like you
does.
sent him anthrax, Andrew. Is that anthrax?
The next
Holy
step
shit.
is dust. The next level of existence is dust. It can't be anything
You know,
less.
you can put those crumbs on a tomato soup. I think you're still gonna enjoy it.
I'm with Andrew. That will thicken a bisque. It is going.
I think
right.
we're all out
So-
here
The
pretending
laws
like,
of nature, it will thicken the
I
bisque.
sent the Scovels, not just Rory, I sent his whole family a letter with a recipe for these delicious crackers.
Yep.
Sadly, it looks like the crackers didn't make it.
Well,
in
I think
transit,
that
but
his whole family tonight can get together and blow a few lines of your crackers.
We're gonna blow a few lines of crackers. There's nothing. I don't know why, but for some reason, the phrase "thicken the bisque" sounds so raunchy.
it is.
I'm
Thicken the bisque tonight.
Putting a little flour in that stock. Ooh.
Now he sent you like a 3-page letter. It looks like.
So this is on graph paper.
Which, as I,
would like-
say in the letter, I regret the choice. I thought it was
Right
gonna-
out of the gate. Should I read this to you guys?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know
Hello.
if we have time.
Yeah, it's kind of long.
I'll give you some choice notes. Hello,
Yeah.
Rory and Jordan and Elliot. I hope this letter finds you well. I already deeply regret using graph paper. I mean, that's the first sentence. The first sentence is I already regret it. If ever there was a time to turn the car right back around and grab some old-fashioned loose leaf, you're still in the driveway.
I already regret it, yet I will continue for 3 pages on this graph paper, undaunted.
It's almost as though you did this. I already regret using graph paper. Hello, Rory and Jordan.
It looks so Kaczynski-esque. Like
There, you're right. Yes, you're right.
these are schematics.
I'm sure your quar has been full of amazing food. I know the skills y'all have. I have been baking a lot, but since I felt too lazy to make bread, it's all crackers. So many dang crackers. So today I wanted to share with you my recipe for world's best sourdough.
No, and then I ran out of room, so I wrote crackers really small next to it.
Yeah, you wrote Cheez-Its. And then it's just a
Those
recipe.
crackers are good as hell, though. It's a shame that they didn't make the trip.
This is how he closed it out. Wow, handwriting a recipe sure makes it sound insanely complicated, but these are easy peasy. I hope you enjoy these or just the samples, and may the rest of your quar be restful. That's my new terrifying sign-off. May your quar be restful. Love, Andrew.
What is? May your quar be restful.
Yeah, dude, you don't say that to people.
May your quar be...
when
Are
you're
you starting
saying
a
goodbye?
religion? It just sounds like
Yeah,
you're starting a religion.
you call a parent. May your quar be restful.
That's the funniest shit.
Wow.
God, you're
That's,
such a-
what-
that's
okay,
the
well.
most Andrew
My
letter.
favorite part is in the recipe. I forget the cheese in the recipe. So later in the letter, the recipe continues with the addition of cheese.
It's a cheese sourdough loaf?
It's crackers.
To make cheese crackers.
I was hoping we'd all send correspondence, not windows into very busy, cluttered minds.
Oh, I thought you were going to say not 95 windows, which is what this feels like. It feels like Andrew somehow wrote a letter that is Windows 95.
Andrew sent entirety of Windows 95 to Rory.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I included a free disc, a free
Andrew-
AOL disc.
Andrew sent me his AOL chat name and some chat history.
Oh my God! Well, great job, Andrew. Now,
Yeah, nice work, Andrew. That's good, good correspondence.
Did that come first, or did Adams come first?
Adams arrived first, second, and I believe we all have discussed who came in last place today in terms of arrival.
Not my fault. Not my fault. But
This
it's good
one's
that-
this one's good. This is Adams, and the cover is it's postcard style, but he's clearly manipulated what was the original cover of this postcard, and he has now replaced it with a Joanna Lindsay, I can only assume, romance novel called Savage Thunder,
It's pretty glossy. I can't
and
see it.
he has
put it up
put
there.
my picture in for the. What I can only assume is the male lead, and he put his picture in for the female. And
Right,
there's
right.
no
But
question.
mine is the serial killer shit. Sure, mine's the disturbing one.
Savage.
I mean, if Broken Crackers came with this, we have a problem.
So Adam,
That's just some
so there's
TWC fan. That's some those who can't fan fiction.
so there's a coverless copy of Savage Thunder on your bookshelf right now.
That's how much I care about our friend Rory. Is I ripped off the cover of my own Savage
Your poor
Thunder.
mom. Your mom's like, hey, who ripped off the
Yeah.
cover of my book?
I look at these books for the covers.
Katie, where did we put that box of romance novels? It's in the basement.
Perfect.
Okay, beside Andrew's cracker dust he keeps mailing us.
Oh, the box of romance novels, they're all down in the basement, unless you're looking for Savage Thunder. That's on my bedside table.
All right, so what did he
What does it say?
Yeah.
So the postcard, and Adam knows how to, and in fitting with the theme, shoot an arrow straight into my heart. Oh, I watch you there through the window and I stare at you, you wearing nothing but you wear it so well, tied up and twisted the way I'd like to be for you. For me, come crash into me. I love you,
You pandering
Adam.
son of a bitch.
What?
No,
That's
bullshit.
it's a nice
You
Pandering
sentiment.
motherfucker.
It's a
can't
nice
use Dave
sentiment.
No, it's not. It's you're pandering to his. You're both stupid Dave Matthews.
Yeah, but when
fans.
you're the one getting pandered to, you like it. You like it. You go, oh.
That I didn't think about that aspect.
Yeah. To dislike
It's
the pandering amongst you guys, that makes sense. But I gotta tell you, this has been on my fridge since the day it came into my house.
riding out, not Savage Thunder facing.
Man,
out.
I should have fucking mailed you a picture of a golf course or some shit.
Oh, you think so, Johnny Broken
instead of
Crackers?
just-
You think that would have been more relevant to my life?
Wait, what?
Gerbil bones,
what did
mashed
Andrew-
gerbil bones wasn't the right go.
What did Andrew say in the very beginning? Because it struck me as a name for his comedy album, like "It's all crackers over here" or something like that.
Yeah, I have been baking a lot, but since I felt too lazy to make bread, it's all crackers.
It's all crackers.
And
That's
That's
your
the
new
name of
album.
my new comedy club. I'm opening up a live comedy club
All
in
crackers.
Iowa, Colorado called It's All
It's
Crackers.
all crackers.
A lot of different signals, a lot of different messages getting sent with that type of marketing.
Oh my God.
For sure.
That's such bullshit, Adam. You can't. So correspondence,
Yeah,
you're just
fuck Adam.
pandering.
Oh, it's bullshit to think about what your friend likes and then reference it. So sorry.
And honestly, to only reference it.
There's nothing more that needs to be said, Rory.
Jesus.
You're not wrong. Like I said, it's been on my fridge. So
Have you two seen Dave Matthews
can
Band
I-
together?
we have not. We have talked about it many times. I think it is in our future. I do believe that. I do. In my heart, for some reason, I know that we are going to both be holding a beer and probably in the back. What I truly imagine is that we'll be at the back row of an amphitheater because. And I've said this to Adam before. For the first couple songs, we're going to be laughing like, can you believe we're at this? And then by the third song, we'll be crying and singing along and arms around each other, cheersing other dads that are just around us.
Fucking cut off jean shorts.
Rory and I
I'll
are
have
supposed
on
to,
the hemp necklace. I'll go right back. I'll go right
Yeah.
back to it.
we were going to go a couple years ago to see them at the Gorge. It was right after we wrapped a season of Those Who Can't, but it fell apart. And Rory texted me like 2 weeks ago. He's like, us not going to see Dave at the Gorge caused all of this.
It's why the
We made-
pandemic happened.
The whole world
Had we
went
gone
wrong.
to that concert, our futures would be different. Just naturally, we'd be in a different dimension. We've chatted about it. We've never officially
Never made it happen.
pulled the trigger.
Well,
He's too busy
Trig.
chasing
All right.
Tool. Once that
So-
Tool wears down, it's DMB time.
DMB, chase the DMB.
That's usually how it goes. When you get tired of Tool, you go right to DMB.
So what did
right.
Ben,
pretty standard.
Guys,
What did Ben handcraft and send to you today? What required a FedEx?
let me back up here to give let me move the mic so I have adequate space here.
What the fuck?
What is
This
that?
is the most psychotic thing yet.
Now, it did say
I
on the
made it-
package, do not bend. And I do not know why, but for some reason it was torn here.
oh, those motherfuckers.
But isn't that so bizarre? Like, what would lead to it getting torn?
those
Rory, don't
motherfuckers-
wind him up about FedEx. What are you
They-
doing?
FedEx motherfuckers. They're living the golden lifestyle. They travel around the world on packages.
They fly. It's
Do you
like
know-
Santa.
Do you know how they send?
You think Santa sits on the toys in the sleigh? So here we go.
It's just like a levitating box. Holy shit!
I will
How
say
bad-
this. I've never.
How bad does Ben think your vision is? Jesus, what point of font is that?
Front, you
268.
fucking asshole. Chill out.
I'll
We sat through your shitty card. Now
Yeah,
let's
Before getting this, if someone said, Rory, what do you think correspondence means? I would have been like, I don't know, just two people corresponding. I probably would have even said corresponding in what I think is the definition of correspondence. But now, after getting this from Ben, I will openly admit I do not know. I don't know what that word means.
Well, I think correspondence it's subjective. What does it mean
for
to you?
sure, 100%.
So
me,
just to
means-
describe to you listeners what Rory's holding. Imagine a fan in a stadium holding up a sign. That's the scale that we're operating on.
This is a poster.
Hey, Rory.
This is a poster.
It's a
Massive
John
metallic
John
letters.
3:16 scale.
And that's a cool photo of you with your shirt off, drinking some chocolate milk on that. I like that.
I like this picture. What I also like is that this border, and I feel like this has been giving an homage to those who can't. You often find this on a bulletin board in a classroom. There's levels.
Yeah.
There's
Very
levels.
much.
There's levels going on here.
Yeah, it's kind of a gilded purple border.
I'm an
It's very
onion.
nice.
I'm more of a shallot, a little more refined, but I'm an
That's
onion.
right.
For
Yeah,
some-
that's what they say.
All right,
That's
open.
what they say. Ben Roy, the shallot of culture.
Okay, I'm so glad.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no, what's happening?
Truly
All
terrifying.
right, so this is page 1.
It says, "I'm so glad we're pals" in massive metallic letters that you
But there's
glue
also
onto a
little-
card. It looks like there's a naked picture of someone.
Hold on. Let's let Rory describe it. So
That
our
is
listeners can get a good picture.
Ben. That is
let
Ben
Rory do it.
in what is clearly a thong,
Well,
wearing a sports
it-
bra.
It was full backed, actually. There
He's
was
got
a full
lipstick
back
on that looks like ketchup, and I can't imagine that's a shade of any red.
Oh, you don't wear the 57?
Oh, you don't wear the Heinz 57? He's got a remote control.
I was watching television, and it's a candid
The
shot.
stars. Now he's cut out stars that say cool, sweet, rad, and hell yeah.
So terrifying. This is.
Oh, if you think that's terrifying, you're not going to be able to handle page 2 even a little bit.
What if you got this unsolicited?
What if at the end of this, Ben was like, that's not what I sent? My package arrives tomorrow.
I don't know who the fuck sent you that, Roy. That's not mine.
Here we go. This one's tough to reveal with the camera, but I want to do it so that there's a lot. You can get all of it.
Okay.
So at the top here, this says, I tied the first part of this friendship knot. You complete it.
Yeah. So and you didn't complete it.
So
Tie the rest of that. Yes. tie the rest of the knot.
So Ben included an actual
Dude.
knot in the letter.
There's our friendship knot that's now been tied.
Yes.
Holy shit!
And
that
that's
was
not string. That's like industrial twine.
Yeah.
That
it's
is
a boat knot.
industrial twine. I would like to point out still for the people who can't visually see this, just know the crackers are still creepier.
that twine. If I had to describe that twine, I would describe it as the official twine of autoerotic asphyxiation.
Jesus. How much was it to send this? $48? Jesus.
Just don't worry about it. You can't put a price on correspondence.
You
We
can't.
should have put a price.
Whatever
'cause this
that
feels
means.
wrong.
Whatever that word means. All right, I'm gonna
Okay,
fold it here.
I
so
thought
get
I
this
was
thing.
splurging with 2
fold it in.
stamps. Jesus Christ.
Then we got
Okay.
ourselves a knock
Oh,
knock.
it's not done. It's
Knock,
not done
knock.
Yet.
No, it's
Knock
an
knock.
interactive thing.
Who's there? Just your old pal. Your old pal Ben again. Nice,
It's a
nice.
picture of Ben from his TV show that you were in with him.
This is the Those Who Can't themed thing.
Yeah.
We're doing it together.
And it's a door.
So
He drew a
happy.
door on the outside, so to really make the knock knock joke interactive.
You know who's
Pretty
going to love
clever.
this
That's
is
very
Elliot.
clever.
Yeah, this is the part. This is the part that I haven't done anything yet, but it is ripped. But I don't know that it maybe affected something. I don't know. But here we go. This is in an envelope, and it says a puzzle for you.
Yeah, there's a puzzle in there. You can just open it. And it's a puzzle. I made him a puzzle to put together. There's not many pieces.
It's gonna be Ben's pubes, just I can tell. He's got that nervous.
If it was crackers, I would truly be like, what is going on in Colorado right now? What is happening?
So Ben, how remote was the town you grew up in Maine?
It was
Okay.
It was
Okay.
It was 30 miles south of Buxton.
I'm
Do you know
definitely
where that
getting
is?
more forgiving towards it taking Ben so long to send.
I'm
That
still-
This was a week-long kindergarten class craft project packed into an envelope.
I want to give you guys sort of what the puzzle is. Ben's musical persona.
What the fuck?
Oh my
It's
god.
a puzzle. You put it together. And then it says, "It's me again, your pal Ben."
Not done yet.
How many times does the card say, "It's me again, your pal Ben"?
A few times.
Just a few times.
Enough.
The best
to
thing is,
reinforce some friendship.
I know this about Ben. He didn't have to print any of these photos of himself out. They were just laying
They
around.
were around. He took it
Ready
off
to
of his
go.
wall, popped the frame off. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It is strangely satisfying to do the puzzle.
Oh, nice.
Just trying to get it
This
completed.
is what I'm saying. It's a what I've created is an experience. See, you both gave him something.
If the crackers had survived the trip, he'd still be talking about them.
Oh no, them not surviving the trip is why we are still talking about them. Had they survived the trip, I don't know what our reaction would have been.
They're the best crackers. You'd be stoked.
Ben, I'm really impressed by the amount of effort in this.
We're not even done yet.
Oh my god, sorry.
One last thing, bud.
Oh, it
Please,
came with a VR helmet. Oh.
please visit this link, and it's a YouTube link, and it's got arrows pointed to it, and it just says, "Cool stuff alert." I have not looked at this. So
Well, what it is, but I'll show you.
Okay, great.
Since you haven't seen it, it's just it's a video of me reading with my shirt open, and just telling you.
wait,
that
what
I
are you
know-
saying? Are you talking directly to me?
Yeah. Hold on.
Please tell me you made that clip public and random YouTubers have been coming across.
Hold on.
Here, let's let him hear. Let's hear it.
Oh, hey there. Just me again, Ben, friend and pal. I hope you liked my letter, my card. And I know that you have a tough decision to make when you're judging these, but I feel confident that you're going to make the right one. Because you're you and you're smart. All right. We'll talk soon. Okay, bye.
And there I go back. I'm just going back to reading my book.
Oh, yeah.
I
Super,
hope.
super-
Here's what I hope. I hope
Wow.
you guys. I hope there is a comedy fan out there who just discovered Those Who Can't. They just discovered it. They just found it. They've just watched. They've binged it, and they feel some crazy connection to Ben's character. And they are just out of their mind on mushrooms or something. They get on YouTube and they come across that and they think it is, and you get goddamn John Lennon. He was
Holy
talking to me.
shit.
He said, "I have a tough choice to make."
Dude,
Oh, God.
insane.
Holy shit. That was a ride, Ben.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't know what correspondence means either. I didn't know. But I
You
think-
thought it was that movie with Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, Correspondence. You thought it was. You thought it was
They're
that
both-
80s
They're
movie.
both
Coming the
depressed.
summer of '87, Corey
They're very
Spondence.
despondent. A tale of two despondent Corys.
Two despondent
You know,
Corys.
It was
Correspondence.
correspondent. I think whenever you send somebody
Correspondence.
something, you have to take them on a ride. You know what I mean? You have to bring them somewhere. And Rory, I value our friendship. I think we became.
You
close
dragged
to
him
the
at
show.
gunpoint through a kindergarten classroom.
Here's what I
Wow,
will
wow.
say now that I know the time has come for me to to decide on who, I guess, wins, but I don't know what that means in this case. I don't know if winning is the word we want.
I mean, the real winner was you,
Yeah.
just to receive these
Oh.
three things.
To get all of these and have Adam merely say the guys are going to send you some stuff, I thought, for part of me thought maybe there would be an email on how to hook up the mic to do the podcast. I didn't know. The guys are going to send you some stuff is so broad that when I first when Adam's postcard came, I was like, oh, that's so funny. And I looked at it and I put it on the fridge. This is how we are as comics. I reacted as though this was normal mail. I was like, well, of course he's manipulated it to make it funny. That's what we do as comics.
I hope you have a big refrigerator for my card because it's going to take up a lot of
And
space.
you're going to need some
Yeah.
duct tape just to mount
gonna
it up.
We have to move it every time. If we want to open the freezer, we have to unduct tape it and move it to the side to get the freezer.
All right, the time has come.
The time
I
has
hate-
come. So I'm going to say these are all so wildly different that
Like us.
exactly like you three. I mean, these three correspondents are exactly like you three. So everyone, in my opinion, is a winner. But to break it down in terms of what these are, the Dave Matthews Band lyrics, "Going on My Fridge," that's going to come in at a strong second place. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
All
right.
Good luck,
That's
Andrew.
right.
Fair enough.
He
Fair
tried the crackers. He tried them, and I'm going to win.
He dipped a wet pinky in them and rubbed them along his gum line.
I have no idea if this is safe, and I swear to God, if this gets me corona, I will haunt you your entire existence. But if these taste amazing, I'm going to factor that in.
Wow, he's going for the dust. He's going for the cracker dust.
It tastes like parchment paper, doesn't
They're
it?
good ass crackers. I stand by these crackers.
You son of a bitch.
The crackers are so much better than you think.
I fucking hate you, Andrew.
I gotta say, Ben's card is just it's in the ballpark for me. But putting the YouTube link and going that extra mile, that showed me someone. I don't know if you guys have been watching The Last Dance, but what Ben did here
Yeah.
feels like Michael Jordan at practice. He punched Steve Kerr in the eye.
And you know
Also,
what?
Ben managed to somehow communicate that he's also the last person you'd want to make an enemy of with that level of like friendship card. Just imagine getting the inverse of that.
Make no mistake, I am now greatly concerned that he has my home address.
Oh, shit. So can we hear you say it just for everybody?
In first place, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Roy.
Eat my shit, you fucking losers.
Rory,
And
you
suck
didn't-
it, FedEx. You guys tried
stop
to...
it.
FedEx
Ben,
tried
stop
to-
it.
No, I'm just saying. I had everything stacked
It
against
was
me.
like a
FedEx
classic
against-
80s movie. Like you really, you got in in time to compete in the competition, and then you won it. Like you are the Karate Kid.
I think that's how correspondence ended.
That's how
Corey Despondence is... well, anyway, I want to say this to Rory. Super fucking pumped for you that you have your own show now. And
Thank
it's-
you.
He wasn't going to
Dude.
say this if he didn't win. I just
I
wanna
know.
add an
I know.
asterisk.
Horse
I
shit.
saw
I just
his
wanna
notes.
put an
I would've told
asterisk there.
everybody yeah, but I'm in a different mood. I'm a different man now. We're buds. And I should probably not blink for the rest of this interview. Here
And
that
and
we're-
listen, for those of you who are thinking about being correspondents yourself, Rory's address is
Yeah, a challenge to the fans. See if you can
send
outdo
Rory
us.
something.
Yeah.
See if you can do better than we did.
1712 Calumet Avenue.
Here's
Los
how you
Angeles.
send crackers. Okay.
Yeah, next
Rory-
time I'm gonna just use an old phone case,
Yeah.
and then I'll wrap them up in that. It'll be armored.
Look
I'll
at
make the
you.
trip.
Now you already know how to win.
You didn't hear the first half, Rory. Ben said he's never sent anything to anyone.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that. I believe that 100%. He'd be exhausted. He would be exhausted and dead if he had ever sent. If he's like, I send stuff all the time.
Think of how
would
many
be
like
whittled
strip
down.
mall party shops he would keep in business.
Spencer's is booming with Ben's purchases.
I went to the dollar store by my house to get all that stuff. Everybody's in
So
masks.
you
I've
do
got a
have
mask on there,
coronavirus
going-
now.
There is
No,
a
I-
good chance.
And I went in, and the lady looking at me was like, "What the fuck are
Having
you
a
doing?"
party?
Yeah.
Essential.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well-
super pumped for you, dude. Like,
Thanks, man.
Robbie is hilarious.
Thanks, man. I'm glad it is finally out there.
Yeah, but
Well, and
yeah.
I think this episode teaches us that, listen, when you try to correspond and you reach out to friends, it can cheer them up a little bit, but it can also really teach you some stuff about yourself you weren't ready to know. And Andrew and Ben, those are some scary windows we've gotten into what you guys are doing.
Yeah, we now know.
And I don't think you should correspond anymore with anyone.
It's very clear how everyone's quarantine is going.
Anyway,
May
well,
your
thank
core
you.
be restful, Rory.
Thank you for doing this with us
Terrifying.
and taking the time, Rory. You rule as usual. man.
Thank you.
It was fun.
Check out
And,
his podcast, Pen Pals.
Yes, and watch Robbie. It's on what nights on Comedy Central?
It's on YouTube. It could not
can
be
watch the whole
more
thing.
accessible. It could not be
Okay.
more accessible. Get on YouTube,
can
go to
wa-
Comedy Central's page, type in Robbie, and watch all 8 episodes, and then tell 1 million people to join you.
And,
All right, Rory. Well, thanks again, dude.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
Man. You know what? Let's hear some more stand-up from Rory. This is recorded live from
yeah, but he
Zany's
was just
from
here. You don't
February of
think-
this year.
You don't think people are going to get sick of him?
You can't get sick of too much Rory. This is a clip from Rory live at Zany's Nashville from February of this year, possibly the last stand-up comedy ever recorded. And when we come back, we'll let you know what we're going to do for the next challenge.
If there's any countries out there that have a nuclear weapon, do not live in fear of that. Hope to God it lands on your house. Could you imagine that's how you go? Like right now, if a nuclear missile landed on this building, we would just be like, we're dead. Oh, no, we're dead. How great to be, we're dead. It would happen so fast that honestly, we'd still be alive a little bit because death is even like, I need time to do it. I can't, it's too quick. If North Korea is gonna fire by the way, when North Korea was like, we have a nuclear missile and we can hit as far as Chicago, wasn't everybody like, okay, what about like New York City? And North Korea was like, we can only go as far as Chicago. The Carolinas are gonna be safe on this one. So weird, dude. Like to like just call out Chicago. That dude loves Rodman, and yet still, like they clearly had a falling out. Rodman's last visit, it didn't end. You know what I mean? Like Rodman's like, all right, well I'm leaving, and he's like, I don't care if I can leave then. Why are you fucking acting like this? I came to visit and play basketball with you, and this is hard for me. This is my weirdest friendship. I'm flying to North Korea to hang out with the leader of North Korea one-on-one, and there's cameras everywhere, and it's fucking crazy here. Can you at least look at me and say goodbye? Fire a nuke at Chicago. Why would you say that? Why not New York City? We can't even hit New York City. We're not good enough. All right, we're good, but we're not good enough. You think I don't want to fire a nuke at fucking Maine? I would love to finally take Maine down a notch.
I would love to be able to do that.
All right, fellas. Well, that was a very fun challenge and quite weird. What do you think? Did you like corresponding? Are you going to correspond more? Andrew, I don't know if you're allowed to go to the post office anymore.
You can send crackers. It's legal. I am bummed I didn't have the crackers seemed pretty sturdy to me, and I thought they would make the trip. So I'm bummed they didn't make the trip. I think it would have been a whole different ball game had he received intact crackers.
Andrew,
Those
you didn't
crackers
even
are good.
package them or pad them at all. It was a fucking... You just wrapped a cracker in paper and sent it.
I know, and that's why I have regret over.
Okay, I got it.
Well, Andrews came in this dirty oilcloth, and I mean, they look fucked up, dude. Like they were complete powder because I know those crackers. I gobbled them down when I'm at your house. I think. But do you think you'll do it again? Do you think you'll correspond more, Andrew?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it was fun to write a letter.
Will you, Adam? Will you correspond more?
I like corresponding. I like sending postcards to my wife and Malcolm, but I think I might actually widen the circle. I think it's pretty fucking funny to just bombard somebody with some weird humor in the mail.
Hell yeah. And actually, speaking of bombarding people with weird shit from the mail, we've been, this is seamless. What a segue. We've been sending our Patreon subscribers, we've been sending them shirts. We were sending out mugs. We can't thank you all enough for your continued support. If you haven't checked out our Patreon page, please do. We've got all kinds of crazy, weird, extra bonus content, deleted scenes, bonus episodes. There are prize giveaways. This episode, we're going to hear there's an extra little story that didn't make it into the episode about Andrew's huskies dragging him down the road. It's pure comedy gold. It was so beautiful. So please, if I know times are lean right now, but if you feel like supporting, feel free. Check it out.
Also, please rate and review our podcast and tell your friends. That's our best hope of growing as a podcast. And you can also check us out on Twitter at Grolix Comedy.
And I want to say thank you to USPS seasonal worker Ron Doyle for all that he does for us. We appreciate it, especially in these times where we can't meet in person. Ron's pulling us all together. So thanks, buddy. We appreciate you.
Yes, Ron. And as always, that theme music you hear up top, that's brought to you by the amazingly talented Charlie Continental. And what are we doing next time, y'all?
Holy shit. I am
What are we
tired
doing?
of being a small podcast. I want to be a big podcast. How do you do that? Emulate Joe Rogan. Sensory deprivation tanks.
We're going to float. It's going to be awesome. And you both know that this is my favorite part of the show.
Oh, my
where
God.
every episode.
Play
I
us
get
out,
to-
Charlie.
No.
Oh, he beat you
no,
to the punch. Play us out, Charlie.
You son of a bitch.